Hello everyone. Well, it's been a little bit longer than I anticipated to get this second video posted up here, and I've noticed nevertheless though in the meantime there have been some new subscribers. So welcome to you. I guess you're wondering where the content is, and I'm hoping to redress that right now. So if you haven't had a chance to look at my introductory video to this channel, then please do so. This video follows on a little bit from that, in that this, as you can see, is about what I'm calling my two-finger guitar technique. And in the first video I explained that I have arthritis, which has particularly affected my left hand, and that is why I've been developing an alternative way to play the guitar. And the first video mentions a little bit about the background to that. I also mentioned in that video that I'm going to be posting something further on my album, my collection of songs, which is here to listen to, called Herd Immunity. And although I had some initial ideas about that, this video and the next two do address something of the background to that album, because all the songs on there, or nearly all the songs on that album, were written on the guitar. And what that means is, of course, they were written with this two-finger guitar technique, and they have the limitations that technique has imposed on the palette, if you like, of chords. So let me say a little bit more about this impact of arthritis on my left hand. Now, I can remember the day over 20 years ago when I picked up the guitar, tuned then as it was to standard tuning E, A, D, G, B, E. I've been playing the guitar self-taught from being a teenager, just jamming with friends and that kind of stuff. Been playing for quite a few years, and then I pick it up one day to see if I can find out the chords to Pure and Easy, the classic track by The Who. And I was enjoying myself working that out. But what I was noticing was that this middle joint of my first finger was feeling really painful. So much so that after a few minutes I put the guitar down, thinking if I leave it a week or so I should be fine. Instead of which, what happened was I found every 2 to 3 months another joint on this hand, maybe on the same finger or a different finger, was similarly affected and became painful and swollen, and then there was reduced movement, and I just went on and on. So I then put the guitar down for, I think, something like 6 years. And so thinking back to that day when I was trying to work out Pure and Easy, that was the last day that I was able to play the guitar in a conventional way. And so there's a particular line in that song: "There once was a note pure and easy," has taken on something of a personal significance to me, because well, there ain't no more pure and easy notes, I'm afraid, for me. So in that intervening period, I decided to learn harmonica, and didn't take too long for me to want to write some more songs and to record them. And for that, I wanted to be able to back myself up. So I thought, well, what I could do, I could drag out a guitar and I could maybe tune it to an open tuning. So for those of you not familiar with that concept, it just means that you tune the strings such that when you play all the strings open, in other words, not fretting anything, you get a chord. For example, here I've got D major, so this is an open D tuning. There are many others. Open G is also very popular. And when you tune your guitar to open G or open D or something of that sort, it lends itself very much to the blues. And given I was playing diatonic harmonica, largely interested in the blues, it made sense then that I pick up the guitar and maybe put on a slide and you know, that kind of thing falls out from under the slide. I find slide playing really hard, actually, So I was doing very simple things to accompany myself. So I was doing things like that kind of stuff, you know. So very simple, and I could make tunes out of that. But it didn't take me long to ask the question, what tuning would give me the maximum flexibility for choices of chords based on my particular limitations. Now, one of my hopes with this video and the two that follow is to offer some suggestions for any of you out there who are similarly impacted by whether it's arthritis or some other reason why you can't play guitar in a conventional way. Maybe there's something you can take from this. So just to go over the particular limitations first of all that I experienced. This first finger you can see is almost straight, and although all the knuckle joints work on all fingers and the thumb is fully articulated as normal, the middle joints and the end joints of all four fingers are fused. So this is what happens with arthritis. The joints get very swollen and painful, and you gradually lose movement in those joints until they lock up. And in my case, I was put on some treatment for arthritis that arrested further progression, but I was left with this permanent damage. And so the first finger is slightly curved. Second finger, it's got quite a pronounced angle in the middle joint, and the end joint is straight. Same story with third fingers, much the same. And then the little finger you can see actually curls around, and that is crucial to my two-finger technique, because of course with an open tuning you can fret anywhere across, say just with the first finger, and you can have other major chords as it is here. Trying to use the second or third fingers for fretting doesn't really work because they don't address the strings with enough of an angle, so I end up choking a couple of strings off and I can't really use them terribly easily. However, the little finger is curled around enough for me to fret other strings. So you can see I can come in on this note here with that little finger, and there are various things. Various possibilities here with a major open D tuning, and sometimes I can get two fingers on there. I can get the third and fourth finger, so that kind of thing's possible, but that really is the limitation. So this question, what's the most flexible tuning given those limitations, I haven't got a definitive answer, and I've been experimenting with different tunings to see what I can do. And of course, if I want minor chords as well as major chords, then I had to think about ways in which I might accomplish that. So I go through in detail. The next video I'm going to be looking at open D tuning and derivatives of open D, and the video after that I'll be looking at open G. Now, a lot of the songs on Herd Immunity are based on open D style tunings, and some of the newer songs that I'll be posting up here shortly, I've been looking a little bit more at open G, and I'll give examples of those songs in those videos so you can see how I've used this technique to create these songs. So I hope you'll join me with those two videos, and cheerio, bye for now.